IG-88, also known as IG-88B, was a rogue, deadly masculine IG series assassin droid, manufactured by Hollow Laboratories, who worked as a bounty hunter following the Battle of Hoth. He and several other bounty hunters were summoned by Darth Vader to the Executor and hired to track down the Millennium Falcon and her rebel crew. Hello, welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we're bringing you IG-88 review. Now, this guy's been sitting on my shelf for quite a while. He sits with all the other bounty hunters just nicely next to the Bubba and the Zuckuss and the Dengar. And I picked this guy up about 1999. He's part of the Archive series that just come out, Series 1. So he's not that hard to get at the moment. And, you know, you might get him a bit cheaper for about $18.99. I've seen him on a few websites, on eBay and some other places. And yeah, you know, this guy's pretty cool. I've had him for a few months and I've had a few little issues with this guy. And also we've got E11 coming out soon from The Mandalorian. Whether these two droids are exactly the same, they look like they're from the same line, but who knows? We could always pick up another one, and for the customizer out there, when we actually get a bit more of the shots of that IG-11, we could turn maybe IG-88 into that character. So again, you know, this is the first sort of battle droid that we ever knew when we had the original trilogies. All the other droids just always seem to be a little bit English, I suppose. There was never really like a badass droid until the battle droids come out. But again, they were a little bit wussy. This guy looks menacing. He looks evil. And I remember in Shadows of the Empire game, he was badass. So here he is. So it comes with 3 accessories, maybe 4 if you want to count his bandolier, but to me that's part of the figure. So we start off first with his E11, and I will just pin him up to the back here, because he always likes to fall over. And it's just a standard E11 blaster. We've got a little bit of weathering on there, and just what we had before. But the only thing that's different is that there's 2 little nub bits just down here that make up for him to hold on into his gun. And he has 2 little nub bits here, and then we can just put those on and they just clip on into place so we can hold it. And I think that's a really great idea from Hasbro, just to keep this guy holding them. You know, he just holds it nicely in his arms, in his hand, and it looks like he should be physically using it. And then again, it comes with this other blaster, which is a kind of Stormtrooper heavier blaster. The name escapes me. It's got a little bit of weathering on there. There is weathering. I can't remember if I've actually applied that myself. It has been a few months ago, and I did go a little bit crazy with a few of these accessories. But yeah, again, he has a little nub part on there, which fits onto the other hand. And also it comes with this kind of vibro blade. It's got like a gold kind of handle and the silver top, and it has this little nub part here that looks like it should fit into something, but as yet, I had this character for so long, I still don't know where that goes. And in his kind of sort of bandolier, it has got this sort of holster part, and so we can fit that in there, and then his guns just slide in the back, so he can just keep that in there and just have his E11 blaster on his arm. And you know, it's pretty good. It's a good concept, and yeah, he looks pretty cool. So with that, we can go over his articulation, and for this kind of sort of stick insect robot, he's got pretty good articulation, and I'll tell you why right now. So we've got his head, we've got a swivel at the neck. There's no kind of sort of looking up or looking down, it just looks forward. Unfortunately, in the new E11 sort of trailer for the thing, in this bit up here moves, but we haven't got that, unfortunately. But here we've got these little ball joints, so his arms can come up and they can spin, and then can go in back into this crease to go down. And we've got rotation at the shoulder, and we've got the rotation inside there as well, that can spin. And we've got rotation at the elbow, and also we got a single jointed bend done quite nicely, and there's no rotation or anything at his hands. There should be a rubber point here, but mine's fallen off, and my characters are just on the shelf in a non-smoke free house, just literally standing on in my bedroom shelf. And I don't know whether because it's been hot and I've had the windows open and whatnot, but these guys are nowhere near the windows at all. But I left this one on here just to show you off, where it's actually gone. It's gone brittle, and it just completely just disintegrating. And the other one just fell off. I was doing a couple of pictures with I think it might have been Dangar or one of the others, and it just literally, just like you can see, it's just going brittle and it's fallen off. And I actually loved these. I thought it was brilliant that these little sponger parts on his arms, just to sort of like hide the joint. It was great, but yeah, it's not lasting at all. So I don't know whether that's just a normal thing for these guys. I don't know if, you know, comment down below if you've had that. But yeah, it kind of annoyed me really. So now I've got a smart little one there, and I'm being really delicate with it. And this side is missing. And also the articulation, we carry on. And just here is his ab crunch, so that can go down, and he can also rotate there as well, which is nice. And he can go back as well, so he can go all the way down. So he's got a great range there. There's no rotation here at the waist, and then we got the legs, which are just standard sort of articulation, a bit like the old Kenner line. But again, he can go forward this much, and he can go back this far. But again, he can't really do too much because he's got these wires and parts there. So he's got a very low knee, which is down here, and then we've got a rocker just here, and also a rotation. So for a little stick insect kind of guy, he's pretty good. He's got quite good articulation. The only thing about him, unfortunately, is that his legs are a little bit out of place, and his right leg is a little bit longer than the other. So without practice, this guy will fall over. So with that, we'll go over his sculpt, and as you probably see going through the articulation, the sculpt that's on this guy is pretty good. It's one of those done really well, and I think they've gone overboard with all these bounty hunters. I think they really wanted to bring them to life. So we've got his red eyes and his head there, and we've got this hole that goes all the way through, just at the bottom of his sort of like neck part, and we've got all these sort of extra eye holes and stuff there, and we've got this strange little tin hat, which always reminds me of the Tin Man. So I don't know whether when they was making it, that was a kind of bit of an Easter egg there, but yeah, it just reminisces of the Tin Man. But going down his other sculpt, we got this kind of sort of gold weathering over the top of the silver, and we got all the little nub bits and other sort of what makes up a droid. It's just all there, all the fine details going around. Obviously we've got this sort of rib part on the hand and going around to his back, and we've got this kind of sort of like rhino skin kind of type holster. Got his like ninja stars, and yeah, it's just done just nicely. There's enough sort of weathering, and then the gold kind of stops and it goes more into the silver. So it's kind of like they squirted the gold downwards, so it's just got the top of the sort of like areas. And going down to his legs, we've got these sort of extra tubings that are going down that do hinder his articulation, unfortunately, but you know, it just adds to that character. Yeah, and it's done really nice. So guys, this is IG-88 review, another deserving character that sits on my shelf. What do you think of this guy? Do you have this problem here? I know a lot of people find that he falls over and he's forever knocking over my bounty hunter shelf, and it's the result of this guy. So I always use a bit of the blue tack to stick it to his feet, just so he's got that extra sort of support there. So guys, thanks again for tuning in. You can comment down below, you can follow me on Instagram, subscribe, the support does me very well, and next time I'll see you later. Bye.